2017 was one of the best years for Black entrepreneurship in the history of the world. We saw the number of partnerships that we created, companies that we built, revenue that we generated all dramatically increase. And what's great is a lot of these stories were published in major media. And what I love about that is we get a good dose of inspiration when we see those stories. There's also a lesson that comes in every story. But here's the problem. A lot of our stories didn't get published in any media or didn't get the attention that they deserved. It's for those reasons and more I've created this list of the 9 must-know moments of 2017 created by Black entrepreneurs. Now, no matter the color of your skin, you can learn from these stories. I guarantee you these lessons will help you to create a much better business in 2018. As an entrepreneur, you know as well as I that if we don't innovate our businesses, they die. But unfortunately, when a lot of us start thinking innovation, we think high tech or we think very complicated, and then we don't innovate. And that's the reason why Shea Morrison created one of the 9 must-know moments of 2017 when he did this, the Buy Back the Block tour. Check this out. He went to 25 different cities and he went as low tech as possible. Here he is with a pen and a pad and he taught about credit management, money management. I mean, this is completely different yet completely effective. He reached thousands of people directly and millions of people through streaming. Shea Morrison proved to us in 2017 that you don't have to be high tech to be innovative. Unfortunately, we're living in a day and age where we're witnessing the demise of many of our historic Black media institutions. But in 2017, I saw several powerhouse moves made by one company that suggests the rise of a new Black media powerhouse. And what company is that? Bam! Lavery. I remain completely impressed with what this company is doing. In particular, in 2017, check this out. They raised $1.8 million. They made 2 major acquisitions. They managed several successful conferences, namely Afrotech, that everybody and their mama loved. And they just hired a new editor-in-chief. What Lavery proves to all of us is that entrepreneurship isn't always about creating something entirely new. Sometimes entrepreneurship is simply about creating a better version of what already exists. Okay, the next moment comes from Essence magazine. Now, Essence was put on sale this year, which, by the way, I really hope Oprah Winfrey buys Essence, but that's a whole nother story. But Time Inc. puts Essence on sale this year. And the moment came when Time Inc. CEO revealed that Essence Music Festival makes more money than Essence Magazine and Essence Digital. And by the way, Essence Digital is growing. So think about that. In 3 to 4 days, they make more money than all of these other assets. The lesson there for us is that as an entrepreneur, you must think about including live events in your strategy. Essence proves to us that as we become more digitally connected, people crave and they will pay a premium for live experiences. In 2017, we saw Reggie Osei pass away. Now, Reggie left an indelible mark in entrepreneurship, but in particular in podcasting, because he was the founder of the Combat Jack show that he created in 2013. Now, what's most interesting to me about his story is that every year since 2013, he doubled down his investment in podcasting to the point where we reached 2017 and podcasting has become the most powerful new media in the world. That's right, advertisers spent $220 million in advertising on podcasts this year, and that number is expected to climb. Now, what's fascinating is still most people in the world haven't even heard of a podcast, but that's expected to change because the audience for podcasts is growing at 10 to 20% every year. What is the lesson? In 2018, get yourself a podcast! One of the most powerful moments of 2017 was when one 30-second ad almost wiped out 30 years of brand building. You remember this moment, check it out, when Shea Moisture used several white actresses to talk about hair hate. Now, the tone deafness of this ad in itself is a moment, but the larger moment that Shea Moisture created, and quite honestly, it's a lesson wrapped into a question that I want you to answer right now, is this. Can a Black-led company that employs predominantly Black people, that for 30 years has produced products for Black people, all of a sudden today start producing products for white people, yet remain unapologetically Black? This next moment I'm so inspired and proud of. Whenever you are so successful in business that you're worth millions of dollars, you run multiple companies that each generate millions of dollars, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna put all that on hold and I'm gonna go back to school, well, that's a big moment. But whenever I see two people do that, well, that's a moment that deserves to land on this 9 must-know list. Did you see this? Swizz Beatz graduates from Harvard this year. I've been following his journey. I had the opportunity to interview him about 2 years ago. I am so proud of what he's done and the importance that he's shown towards education. And then right behind him, my man LL does the same thing, graduates from another program at Harvard. What LL and Swizz prove is that whenever you want future dividends in your life, you can never, ever stop investing in your life. One of the most talked about studies of 2017 was when Nielsen came out with this report showing that African American women are the fastest growing group of entrepreneurs in the United States. Now that's a big moment, but the bigger moment to me, and it was a very subtle mention in the report, is that only 4% of African American women own businesses, but 84% want to own businesses. Think about that. Whenever black women say they're going to do something, do they do it? Hell yeah! They actually over-deliver. So I believe we have to expect the rate of growth of black women who are entrepreneurs to speed up dramatically over the next few years. What does that mean to you as an entrepreneur? Well, instead of just creating products and services for black women, think specifically about products and services for black women transitioning into entrepreneurship. The moment I'm most proud about from my entire professional career is when I was awarded this. Check this out. This is a Business Excellence Award. Look how big that is. From the Hawthorne Foundation, chaired by Lowell Hawthorne. Now, Lowell went from a bus driver in Jamaica to CEO and founder of one of the largest global food empires. Now, what I was most amazed about with Lowell was not the heights that he climbed, it was the fact that he incorporated his entire family in his operations. Now, unfortunately, Lowell took his life in 2017. And the lesson that we all have to realize here is that mental health is real. Entrepreneurs suffer the highest rates of depression. 1 out of 3 of us are either depressed now or will be depressed. And I know I've gone through this, but what's important for you to know is that you don't have to suffer alone. Help is available, but you have to take the first step and reach out. And the last moment is one of celebration. In 2017, the oldest black-owned company in the United States celebrates 135 years of operation. They deserve our congratulations. The E.E. Ward Moving and Storage Co., formerly known as the Ward Transfer Line, celebrates nearly a century and almost a half of either being a family-run operation or a family friend-run operation. Think about this. They underscore the importance of what I believe entrepreneurship is all about. Entrepreneurship is about strengthening our family, so that we can strengthen our community, so that we can strengthen our nation, so that we can have an incredibly strong world.